hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym, jumping all over hurdles. I'm evading the pit.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Point it right. Switch it. Check it back. General West.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line.
Here you go. Under 10. 10. Kill. Turn up. Protein spill. Go.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Break it. 180. 54. Point it right. Mike 4. Let's get in there. Hey, watch that.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script, if they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
We got this. Here we go. 60 yards. Mike. Yeah, let's get set. Go. 53 to Mike.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. On second down, a run with Breida. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The setup a throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
He'll look to throw. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run it here with Hunt. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Break. 180! 54 miles. King! Watch out! Left by 4. Watch the slant. Hey, Delta. Check, right, 54. Hey, alert! Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. Watch out! What you got?
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. false start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield. And he'll find Hall. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into it.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll only be a gain of 1 yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
King! Exit. 54. Here I come.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Four minutes to play here in quarter number 2.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Just like that. Check 43.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 13-yard line.
Good. 180.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. Matt Breida, 75 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, up. 54.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to air one out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Matt Breida. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And his guys have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on, just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Browns drive about to get started. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense.
180. You can't hang. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, Charlie. Watch out. 54. Yeah.
1st down, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hey, high 7. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me. What?
A second down throw for Mayfield. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. This time they stay on the ground. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl.
Keep playing hard.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line.
Undercrush. Check. Right there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his left. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. A little costly there. You wipe out the first down, you also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Looking to throw. Flushed out right. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Matt Breida with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throw it. Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
54. I got you. I got you. Hey.
A run for Nick Chubb. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Chubb. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Alert, 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 alert. 54, right there, 54 miles. So don't say nothing. Switch.
They'll run again with Hunt. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. Back now here on EA Sports as we've got the final quarter upon us. We get ready to start the fourth. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Breida. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. They'll set up to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. George Kittle, 32 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Let's go. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They run again with Hunt. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Hunt. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
I'm here all day.
So Houston going to come away here with